Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Sunday night as organ music night, and hopefully a glass-free environment. I've just spent the last 15 minutes picking little lumps of glass out of the pedal board, from the floor, from all sorts of things. I had... Apparently broken glass brings luck, so let's wait and see what that means for tonight. I was putting all the cameras up together and I had everything laid out on the organ bench, as I always do. I had my bottle of, where is it? It was down there, bottle of water. I had my glass, this one, not this one obviously, this is another one. My glass, everything ready, and the camera, my overhead camera, fell out of its holder and smashed into the organ bench, knocking the glass onto the floor, which smashed into a million bits, literally a million bits, and I just realized I've got some in my hand, which is good. I only got one cut on the way past, a little cut there, so that's nothing too serious. But tiny little pieces of, you know, those annoying, tiny, tiny little pieces of glass. I've got some stuck in the in the profile of my fingers, as it were, in the little sort of grooves of my fingertips. That's annoying. I've also removed several bits of glass from my socks as I was walking across the floor, cleaning things up. Vanessa came up and helped as well. So, oh my goodness me, yes, all madness. So, yes, that's life, I suppose. These things happen. But anyway, apparently it brings good luck. So let's wait and see what that means. Now, talking of good luck, let me quickly just do all the things I should be doing at the beginning of the stream and normally do, but for some reason today I couldn't because I was busy cleaning the pedal board. By the way, the pedal board is full of little bits of glass. I did not lift the pedal board and clean that out, so that's a job for tomorrow. No rest for the wicked, as they say. Joe Humans, use a Bundle of Joy sippy cup. Yes, that's probably a good idea. We have plastic sippy cups from the Bundle of Joy, so I should probably use one of those. You're quite right, Joe. Thank you very much indeed. Yes, I'm of that age now, you see, where these things will happen and I start losing things. So anyway, I will be very careful with my tasty beverage full of drink tonight. So there you are. Cheers, everybody. Right, well, welcome to the 5th Hymns from Around the World. And tonight we've got all sorts of goodies. My goodness, we've got some hymns from pretty much everywhere around the world. The first one there, did anyone recognize the first hymn? It's from this one. It's from this book, the German Protestant hymn book, and number 592, which belongs to sort of the regional stuff, which is rather good. And very, very, very lovely hymn. And it starts off, I was hoping you might sort of be confused because it starts off with, which sounds like For All the Saints, doesn't it? But it's not. It's Du schenkst uns Zeit, einander zu begegnen. So you, I can't translate tonight, my brain is in other places. But it's all about giving each other time to get to know each other, which I think is rather lovely and I think fits perfectly to the Gartshore gang because that's basically what we do right at the beginning of every concert. I set all these things up. You get a few minutes to do your chitty chats and get to know each other in the chat before the concert starts. Isn't that a lovely idea? So there you are. A perfect hymn for the Gartshore gang. Maybe we will make that our theme tune. We need a theme tune, don't we? We're going to have a competition at some point. We're going to choose a Gartshore gang theme. So I wonder what that's going to be. So anyway, but that'll be a competition and that will be open to suggestions. But not yet, not yet, not yet. JSM recognized it. Really? It's very German. It's from 1986. It's very new as well. Hands up if you think 1986 was like 8 years ago. Yeah. Anyway, never mind. Yeah, that's why we're getting old, isn't it? Never mind. But yeah, it's a pretty good little tune, that, isn't it? I rather like it. For example, now, if you were with me last night in the tuba concert, I do apologize because I'm going to repeat some things here, but I'm repeating it for a reason. There are two hymns actually there are three. Let's do three of them because they're so good. That I played at this morning's service. Now, I did not play a service yesterday in Herschbach just because. But I did play this morning in a little place called Marienhausen, where I conduct the choir, amongst other things. And this morning we had a sort of memorial service for a choir member who died a few weeks ago. And we sang some rather lovely hymns and some modern hymns too. And I'm going to play two modern ones we had this morning and one very, very old one we had this morning, which is a regional hymn. I'm not sure if it's well known around the place. This one I rather like. This is a sort of a nice modern one. And if you were with us last night, we had some wonderful, I was talking about the chord sequence of this. Okay? There's this wonderful sort of wonderful sort of hidden line in the melody, if you get it right. Is that an eyelash or is that, what is that? Something in my eye, catching the light. It's rather weird. Anyway, wo Menschen sich vergessen, die Wege verlassen. So, where people forget themselves and get lost and all that kind of thing. It's one of those, we will find each other, we will get back together again. It's one of those very sort of lovely, modern, upbeat kind of things. It's got a lovely melody and it's got an even lovelier harmony. So this is it. Here we go. Number 858 in the Limburg version of the Catholic German hymn book. And I need to press this button now. Isn't that a wonderful sort of refreshing upbeat melody? He asked, picking bits of glass out of his left sock. Oh, good heavens, ow. Okay, that's stabbed my big toe, that's nice. Can I get that out with that? Yes, there we go, right, okay. Right. All right, there's a piece of glass rummaging around inside my left sock. That's fine, who cares? Who cares? We've had worse. We've had worse. Anyway, so that's a rather lovely piece of music, isn't it? I see we have a birthday. We have a birthday. Hurrah! We have a birthday. Grisha Blatt is... It's birthday time today, so Grisha Blatt. We don't know anything about you, Grisha Blatt. Tell us about yourself. Where do you come from? Who are you? What do you do? How old are you? And why are you here? Cheers. Anyway, and while you are doing that, Grisha Blatt, let's sing Happy Birthday. We love singing. I got to play this during the service this morning as well. Because yesterday it was our priest's 60th birthday, so we sang happy birthday for him in church this morning, and he was very amused and quite surprised. It's the thing, you see, when you're 60 you start forgetting things, apparently. Happy birthday. Is that what we're playing? For Grisha, here we go. Happy birthday and a myriad of exciting keys for our friend from, did you write? I hope you wrote. I hope you wrote. I hope you wrote. Where are you? Where are you? Where are you? There you are. From Germany, near Koblenz. That's close to here. I'm in Koblenz almost every day. I'm 60 years old and go to school. You're now 16. It's your 16th birthday today. Well, congratulations, Grisha from Koblenz, from near Koblenz. Near Koblenz, that's like 20 minutes away from where I am, in Hirschbach. Come and visit me on a Saturday evening in Hirschbach at the organ, 6 p.m., 1800 hours, 18 Uhr, Hirschbach, Hirschbach Unterwesterwald, ganz wichtig. 18 Uhr Messe, komm mal vorbei. Yeah, come and visit and say hi. It's nice to meet people. Nice to meet people. Right, talking of meet people and everyone being wonderful, let's say thank you to the following people. Alexander Wunderlich, Jeremiah Martin and Stefan M. Because they have bought tickets for this evening's concert, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you very much indeed. You're all very wonderful. And Grisha, happy birthday to you. And yeah, exciting. Well done. Good for you. Good for you. Why is a 16-year-old person listening to organ music? Surely there are more important things in life. Ha! Wrong, of course there aren't. Good for you. Good taste. Good taste indeed. Well done. And also, this late on a Sunday night, surely you should be getting ready for school in the morning. Haha. Again, ignore that. Wonderful that you're here. Thank you. And good that you're writing in English as well. So good, practicing your English. That's fine. Where on earth was I? Oh yes, I remember now. I remember now. So number 878 in this wonderful hymn book here. This is a magnificent hymn. It's one of our, if you know your German hymn book, then you will know that the higher the numbers, the more wonderful the hymns get. That's not true, of course, but you end up in the sort of in the hymns to Maria, the hymns to Mary. You end up in those hymns at the end of the hymn book. And this is an absolutely wonderful, it sounds so old, but it's not actually. It's from the 1930s, but it just sounds so old, and I love it to bits. And we had it this morning because it was requested by the family of the departed, who we were memorializing. Is that a word? Probably not. This morning. And it's just wonderful. It's a beautiful hymn. Absolutely wonderful. It's so old-fashioned, but it's got that sort of, it's got those wonderful harmonies. Can you imagine a sort of a church full of people, 1,000 people or more, singing at the tops of their voices to this? I have experienced that with this hymn, and it's wonderful. See what you think yourselves. Yeah, beautiful hymn. Wonderful, old, exciting stuff. Oh, our birthday has left us. Grisha has disappeared off to bed for the night. Okay, well, we have to do that kind of music then too, don't we? And so on and so on and so on and so on. Hold on, I'm going to write you a quick message there. You just asked where it was. Tuck, there you go. There you go. UWW means Unterwesterwald. That's something that's very important. There are two Herrschbachs. They are both in the Westerwald, and they are with about 15 minutes of each other. One is here and one is over there. And the one over there is not the right one. This is the right one. So there you work that one out. Anyway, there you are. Splendid. Ooh. Splendid, splendid, splendid. Right. On with the show. On with the show. Nun, Bruder, sind wir frohgemut. That's the one, Wolfgang. You got it. Although Nun Bruder is your one, we sing Nun Christen. So there you are, Christen. In other words, Christian people, Christians. Now, I've chosen that one tonight because there are three versions of this tune. Not tune, sorry, there are three versions of this hymn if you look at the words carefully. And that one is that one. You know what I mean, don't you? It's been a long day. You know what I mean, don't I? That one was that one, and this one is this one. No, this is something else we played last night. It's a wonderful, wonderful number. Now, this is an old hymn. The words were written towards the end of the Second World War by a German prisoner of war. Now, he wasn't a German prisoner of war. He wasn't prisoner to the Allied forces. He was a prisoner to the Nazi Party. He was a German prisoner of war in Germany. He was German, and he was a German prisoner of war, if you know what I mean. Does that make sense? Yes, I hope so. He was a theologian and a pacifist and was dead against what was going on, as a lot of them were, let's not forget. And he put these words, he penned these words, and there was an original tune to it, but later on in the late 60s, early 70s, this tune that we now know came to it. And it's a rather lovely sort of lilty tune, which doesn't make sense because the words are actually very deep and meaningful, but it's beautiful nonetheless. Von guten Mächten treu und still umgeben. I'd be very interested to know if there's an English translation of this. I'm sure there is. If you know, let us know in the chat. No, George Eldendorf, don't go. I have something for you. Don't go. Don't go, Georg Eldendorf, bleib. Ich hab noch was für dich. Our friend, let's do that now before he goes. George is going to go to sleep. George is 16 and needs to go to school tomorrow. No, that's probably not true. I think George is a little older than that. But George sent me a wonderful piece of music that we need to play, and here it is on my, look, it's the first of my requests on my screen. Sorry, I forgot to move the camera back. Georg, nicht gehen. Noch nicht, bleib. Here is a wonderful piece of music. George requested this amazing piece of music. It's an Irish piece of music made famous in the early 20th century. By all sorts of Irish singers. With one of those wonderful sort of tremulous voices. Absolutely amazing. Jerry, I suppose this would be a piece for you as well. It's a wonderful piece of music. It's called "Come Back to Erin." Come back to Erin, Mavurnin. I think that's how you pronounce it. Come back, Arun, to the land of thy birth. Come with the shamrocks and springtime, Mavurnin. What does Mavurnin mean? Jerry, over to you. And its Killarney shall ring with our mirth. There you are. Anyway, a wonderful, wonderful piece of music, and we're dedicating this to our friend Georg. Georg, ich hoffe, du bist noch da. Sag Hallo, wenn du noch da bist. Bitte, ich hoffe, du bist noch da. Please, you're still there. A wonderful request. Anyway, a beautiful piece of music. Let's see what it sounds like on Thorgan. That probably had Jerry standing up in his living room saluting at that point. Jerry, is that true? Tell us more. I hope George was still around to hear that. At least I hope he's coming back to hear us very soon. George Ellendorf, actually. There's a wonderful story about George Ellendorf, and I hope he doesn't mind me saying this. George was our first ever, shall we say, generous supporter. A long, long time ago, George was the first person to send any, shall we say, slightly larger sum of money to the channel to buy equipment. And with that, we bought our original GoPro camera. And when I say larger sum, I mean sort of, 3-figure sum. And George was the very, very first sort of generous sponsor of the channel. And with that, we bought the original, not that one. This is a new one. The original one burnt out after however many years, but that's fine. It did some sterling service. And I always think of George when that came, when I used that camera, because that's what got the ball rolling with all our extra equipment. Now, we didn't have any of this at that time. This was a long, long time ago. This was before COVID, before live streams, before everything, before we were even out and about. This is when I was still doing videos mainly in German from my own church in Herschbach. I wasn't even doing English videos at the time. So it's amazing to think how far we've come over the years, all this magnificent kit here, this incredible studio basically that we've built up over the years, and we continue to do so. Here, one of you blue wrenchy folks, put something in the chat, please. Our current wish list. We are still saving for goodies. We are still saving for new equipment, and it's like someone once recently said to me this. Said, "What do we get in return?" I said, "Well, you get all these videos in return. It's very simple." And everything that is purchased through these wish lists is obviously purchased, and it's here somewhere. And that's your return on investment, as it were. And it's all here, and it's helping us create better content. So the return on investment is this: you get better videos, and it's wonderful. And that's our way of saying thank you. So thank you very much indeed. There we are. Right, that was George's "Come Back to Erin," which is a wonderful piece of music. I think you will agree. Rather lovely. Talking of such things, we have something here from our friend Michael. Thank you, Michael. That's very kind indeed. And something from Nancy. Oh, Bob is watching and Nancy is listening. That's fine. So Nancy misses chatting. Love to all. She misses chatting, but she will be back soon. So that's wonderful. Good for you, Nancy. And a big hi from us in this part of the world. Right, back to some lovely hymns, ladies and gentlemen. In the English hymnal, I love my hymns in certain keys. In fact, let's leave that open so I can keep an eye on it. I love my certain keys, and one of my favorite keys is, of course, the key of D flat major. And this is a beautiful piece of music in the key of D flat major, which requires a soft and gentle and luscious registration. Ladies and gentlemen, ignore what's going on around you. Sit back with a favorite drink in your hand, in your favorite leather chair, or whatever you're sitting in. Relax, close your eyes, and listen to this delicious sound in D flat major. D flat is, of course, the key of, who knows their Wagner? D flat major is the key of the gods, according to Richard Wagner. So there you are. Richard Wagner, sorry to give him his proper name. And this is a wonderful tune by someone called Richard Strutt. I don't know who Richard Strutt is or was. Well, he was, because he's been dead for almost 100 years. That's good. That means it's in the public domain. And this is a wonderful hymn. I didn't know it at all. It was a suggestion from one of you, remaining anonymous as usual. And the tune is called St. Catherine's Court. And the words are, "In our day of thanksgiving, one psalm let us offer, for the saints who before us have found their reward. When the shadow of death fell upon them, we sorrowed, but now we rejoice that they rest in the Lord." I wonder, has anybody worked out what the theme of tonight's concert might be? There's a little theme running through the hymns tonight. Will anyone have got it? I wonder. Microphone off. Isn't that a gorgeous hymn? It's an absolutely beautiful hymn indeed. Right, some of you were writing things in the chat there about what you think tonight's all about. Someone was saying All Saints, someone was saying All Souls, someone was saying, what on earth is that? Harmatiology. What on earth is harmatiology? I have no idea what that is. I'm too stupid to know what that is. What is that? Gosh, I think Joe just made that up. That's a made-up word. Is it? Harmatiology. It's probably something very specific. Tell us, Joe. Anyway, never mind. Wasn't that a beautiful piece of music? And of course, this beautiful sound on D flat major. It's too much. With all the 32s grumbling away in the background. Isn't that lovely? You need to be able to sort of stretch tenths for this kind of thing as well. Ah, beautiful. Beautiful indeed. People are asking, where is Colin the cauliflower, or Sir Poopalot or whatever? He's over there. Cam's right. He's over there. He's on the piano. He just hasn't come back yet for some reason. He's having a holiday over on the piano. So there you are. I don't know why, but that's where he is tonight. Now, what is tonight's thing all about? Well, let me continue with another hymn and see if you work it out. This is a hymn that was requested by not Cam Platts, but Kristen Platts, an absolutely delicious piece of music, The Mansions of the Lord. Now, The Mansions of the Lord. I was digging about online trying to find a version of this, and I have found a version of it, but why does that piece of music stay there? A bug, ladies and gentlemen, a bug. I found it, and it's here, and it's in the key of, oh my goodness me, it's in the disgraceful key of A? Oh my goodness me. It's in the key of, oh for heaven's sake, it's in B major. And then what? That can't be possible. Is it? Hold on a minute. It's in B major and then it modulates to D flat major. That doesn't make sense. Hold on. That makes sense. Okay, that's fine. Da 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 diddly dee dee da 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 diddly da dee ba ba bum 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 dee 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 da da da. Sounds Irish, doesn't it? And then it sort of goes. Dee dee. Is this true? Da 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 dee 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 dee. Ba ba bum bum da dee da dee dee dee. Okay, it's the same melody, just a different key. I've never had a piece modulate like that before. That's interesting. Right, well, let's find out exactly what it's like. Ryan de Roux. Ryan or Ryan de Roux. What a wonderful name. De Roux. De Roux? De Roux. Are we speaking French or are we speaking something else? What are we speaking there? Wow, look at you. Wonderful. Let's celebrate your first super on a live stream. That's what it says in the chat. So, Ryan or Ryan, thank you very much indeed. Wonderful. Uza's got it in there. Thank you for your support. That's wonderful that you're here. Thank you very much indeed. Joe Humans, the study of sin. Oh, I've been doing that for the last 50 years. Anyway, there we go. Anyway, enough of that. Enough of that. Let's not go into my private life. At least not too much. B major. Kristen, I hope you appreciate this. B major is my least favorite key of them all. But for you, I will play anything in B major, so there you are. This is The Mansions of the Lord from We Were Soldiers. What's that? Is that a film? I'm guessing it might be. But it's an old hymn, lyrics Randall Wallace and music Nick Glennie Smith. There you are. Bet you didn't know that. And it's wonderful. To fallen soldiers, let us sing. This is giving the game away again. To fallen soldiers, let us sing, where no rockets fly, nor bullets wing. Our broken brothers, let us bring to the mansions of the Lord. No more bleeding, no more fight, no prayers pleading through the night. Just divine embrace, eternal light in the mansions of the Lord. Where no mothers cry and no children weep, we will stand and guard through the angels sleep. Though the angels sleep, sorry, that should be though, shouldn't it? That says through. Though the angels sleep. All through the ages, that's written correctly, safely keep the mansions of the Lord. There you are. That might give the game away. This is all about the wonderful world of peace, ladies and gentlemen. Remembrance and peace. Two very important things that the world seems to have forgotten about. Oh, gorgeous piece of music. The Mansions of the Lord. Thank you, John, for putting the words up there. I read them out at the beginning as well. It's wonderful, wonderful. Dave Fulton, I played this a number of years ago in a wee country birch. I hope you mean church. Oh, there you are. Church. The choir sung it as an anthem. As an anthem. Wonderful. Oh, it's lovely. Isn't automatic typing these days an absolute disgrace? All these automatic corrections, artificial intelligence, yes, as if we need it. Wonderful. Oh, we have 2 Jerrys tonight. We have a Jeremiah. 5 sharps is my least favourite key also. A very, very tasteful chap you are. As I imagine is with all organists and pianists and other musicians around the world. Yeah, what I don't understand about B major is, well, for example, Dupre. You know that wonderful... I can't play it. His Prelude and Fugue in B major, what a horrendously difficult piece of music. And made all the more difficult by just putting it in B major. Why didn't you put it in B flat major and make it much easier for the world to think about? But yes, it's weird, isn't it? 5 sharps, B major, hell on toast, that's an emoji, hell on toast, and then 5 flats, D flat major, the most beautiful key in the world. So there you are, it makes no sense, but that's life. That's life. Right, hold on. I need to go back and dig through my emails here because of the wonderful things he does. Ribbity bibbity bim. Hi, tie, ti, ti, tie, so here we go. This is the one we want. Bum bum. Right, my Scottish book, my Scottish hymn book. And the one we want is, oh, hold on, I always get this wrong. Here it is. It's this one, isn't it? Yes, there we are. There we are. Ian Lavery. It's Ian's birthday tomorrow. It's Ian's birthday tomorrow. And Ian wrote, it's my birthday once again, blah, 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 Monday. So there we are. It's on Monday. So he won't be able to join the chat on Sunday. That's not true. You were there, Ian. I saw your name earlier in the chat. If you get time on Sunday... of course I do. Why not a wee improvisation on St. George's, Edinburgh, number 190 in the Psalter? Yes, perfect. Number 190 here. This is a wonderful piece of music. It's one of, if you don't know what your Scottish Psalter is all about, it's this amazing piece of publishing, which involved a guillotine at some point, I expected. All the words are at the bottom, and all the tunes are at the top, and they're interchangeable because all the tunes are common meter, which means da 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 da, and so on and so on, right? So you can chop and change all of these things. When I used to play in the East Church in Inverness, the East Church, and Inverness used to have more churches than pubs or something like that, or as many churches as pubs. Nowadays, I suspect it's not quite the same. Probably more coffee shops than churches now, but never mind. Anyway, and every Saturday night the minister would phone. What was his name? Mr. Was it MacDonald? I can't remember. It was nobody knew his first name. He was just Mr. whatever his name was. He would call with the tunes for tomorrow, not the hymns, the tunes. And he was from the West Coast. He was from the islands. He had a very chuchterish accent. That's a wonderful word. Anyway, wonderful guy, very, very, very good minister. I very much enjoyed him. But he would call on a Saturday night with the tunes for tomorrow. And invariably I wouldn't be there, so my mum would take the message, the tunes for tomorrow. And he was always very good at getting the tunes in on time. To be honest, 5 minutes before the service would have done, but never mind. We were young and we enjoyed life. Anyway, right, here we go. What was his name? My mum's there tonight, I think, in the chat, isn't she? Are you there, Mater? David, yes, your Hungarian hymn is coming. Wonderful stuff. Right, okay. So here we are, St. George's, Edinburgh. Now, is this St. George's West, Edinburgh? I don't know. That's around the corner from my old flat, and it happens to be the church where Alfred Hollins was organist during his stay in Edinburgh. So there you are. Now, when I studied in Edinburgh, I lived in Stafford Street, which is right in the middle of town. Oh, actually, no, that's not true, actually. It's the West End. So I had my West End apartment. It sounds so grand. It was actually a very grand apartment. It belonged to the offspring of the Adam family, the architects. Remember Adam? The architects, and the offspring thereof, they still had this flat in the middle of Edinburgh, which they rented out to students. Students allegedly being more reliable than private tenants. I don't think that makes sense in this day and age, but it did then, obviously. And we loved our flat in Stafford Street, right in the middle of town. Between St George's West and the Anglican Cathedral, St Mary's. It was just right there in the middle of town. During the daytime, it was a hustly-bustly kind of part of town, and at night time, there was absolutely nothing going on. It was perfectly quiet and peaceful. Anyway, never mind. I later found out there was an establishment of ill repute in the basement next door. And I once saw a famous politician come out of said establishment. I should have said something at the time. I could have made a fortune. Anyway, never mind. Right, this is for Ian then. No, not that Adams family. No. The very famous Adam, just A-D-A, Adam family of architects. Look them up. Very, very famous architect. All that classical architecture, that kind of stuff. That was Mr. Adam. Anyway, right, here we go. Let's have St George's, Edinburgh, a wonderful tune. Here we go. For Ian, for his birthday tomorrow. Say happy birthday to Ian tomorrow. was that loud enough? I do hope so. That's the one. John Adam, you got him, Jez. That's the one. Well done. Yeah, that was happy birthday to Ian tomorrow in the future. So there you are. So future Ian, happy birthday. We hope you have a wonderful time. We're not going to ask how old you are. Slightly older than me and slightly younger than my mum. So there you are. How about that? Let's leave it in the middle there somewhere. Gosh, that could mean anything, couldn't it? Anyway, oh, what a wonderful hymn. That brings back memories of last year where I got it wrong. I played the wrong tune, which was rather fun. Now, our friend David, who I always assumed was Romanian, how wrong we were. He lives in Romania, but he's actually Hungarian, as I found out tonight. And, ta-da, we have this. What's that? Hold on. Oh, no, that's that. What's that? Oh, there's another version of it. I had two come back to errands. That's weird. Oh, another ticket on the way past. Thank you, folks. Who dis? Oh, another 2 tickets on the way past, I think. Oh, no, sorry, wrong. Jan. Thank you very much, Jan. It's the beginning of the month, and the beginning of the month is always a weird time for ticket sales. 5 tickets tonight. 5 tickets tonight. So there we are. Oh, that's the Mansions of the Lord printed out. Why did I do that? Oh, don't throw it on the floor. That brings bad luck, doesn't it? Let's put it there. Right, now this is rather interesting. This is a Hungarian piece of music. I'm not even going to try. I'm not even going to try to start pronouncing this. So David, you're going to have to tell us about it in the chat, what it's all about. And it's sort of kind of like a sort of plain song kind of thing. So I'm going to improvise around on it in some soft and mysterious styles, using soft and mysterious sounds, of which this organ has many. Let's have something different on the soft sounds, something a little different. We need 32 foots though, we definitely don't need that. Yeah, that'll do. And then here. That's quite loud actually, maybe we should, actually no, that would work, hold on. Yeah, I like that. Okay, perfect. Right. This is a style that is sadly going out of fashion. Or it has actually gone out of fashion, to use that proper tense, which is a shame actually. You don't find this very often. You still find it in monasteries around the world. And it's, you know, it's plain chant style, sang very freely, accompanied. And it's something that you don't find very much. You certainly find it, you don't find it very often in Germany. You might still find it in certain cathedrals in the UK at certain times of the year. It's the precursor, as it were, to Anglican chant. But it's wonderful. I love it. I love it to bits, and you can have fun with it. Right, so let's find out. Wo ist dann meins? Alexander. What is yours, Alexander? I don't know. What did you send? Did Alexander send something? I didn't get anything from Alexander. Did I get anything from Alexander? Hold on. Did I get anything from Alexander? Ooh, we've got some wish lists going here. Oh yes, now a new selection of microphones for the channel. Yes, folks, that's what we're working on at the moment. We're going to be out and about, recording some things. Alexander, I didn't get anything. Alexander, ich habe nichts von dir, es tut mir leid. Also keine Kirchenlieder von dir bekommen für heute, tut mir leid. Wenn du was hast, dann schick mir eine Mail. Ich hab's leider nicht. Komisch. Das letzte, was ich von dir habe, ist von gestern Abend. Okay, let's find out. Anyway, to the plain song. Hungarian plain song. David, tell us about it. love doing that. I could do that all day. Again, back to Edinburgh, anecdote time. When I lived in Edinburgh, I was organist for a while. I was organist in a little church called St. Michael and All Saints, which was a horrendously high church. The bells and smells, as it were. It was an Anglican church, but it was more Catholic than any Catholic church you could imagine. And full of people who were, well, that's not true. There were some really rather lovely people in the congregation, but there were an awful lot of very bizarre people in the congregation. There was one guy who claimed to be the Scottish king. Exactly, yeah, that kind of folks. Anyway, never mind. But we used to do accompanied plain song. I sort of started a little choir there. This is back in 1990, 1991, something like that. And I started a little choir, and we sort of grew into the world of this kind of stuff. And when I left, my organ teacher, Tom, took over the position in St. Michael and All Saints for a while, together with another organist. Sadly, both of them are dead now. It's rather sad. And they took over this position together, and Ian did the choir, and Tom did the organ, and they sort of carried on this wonderful tradition. Yeah, weird stuff. Alexander, I said thank you to you right at the beginning. Yours was the second ticket today. We had Stefan and then Alexander. I got you right at the beginning. Maybe you were out having a coffee at that point. So yes, so thank you again, Alexander, for your ticket. Yes, it did come. It was right at the beginning. Right at the beginning, I said thank you to, there we are, Stefan, and then immediately Alexander. So, sorry, maybe you didn't hear it, but it's all there. Yes, thank you, David, for your wonderful hymn. That's beautiful. I love that kind of stuff. So you love the truth, but you hate the bad. And that's the sort of title translated. Yeah, I like it. I like it. What do you think, ladies and gentlemen? I do. Wonderful stuff. Right, well, ladies and gentlemen, unless we have any more spontaneous requests, that was actually this evening's program so far. So what we're going to do now, we're going to have some fun, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to stay with this organ tonight, and we're going to have some fun with some of our jazzy pieces of music. We've only got 20 minutes left, and you know I love calming down with some jazzy things towards the end of the evening, and we're going to have some fun and games with this magnificent organ here. Now, I was talking earlier about well, if you've seen our wish list for today, we've got some new microphones, plural, on that list. We're going to be back out and about recording organs again, and we've got something very special planned for December. No less than 4 organs being recorded for December. So I'm not going to tell you any more than that. If you were with us last night, we can definitely try that. It was hidden behind my piece of paper. Sorry, before we get into the jazzy stuff, see, that's what I get for putting pieces of paper on top of things. The Brown Book of Magnificence, you're absolutely right. I'm very sorry, my dear friend, we forgot about it. And tonight, ladies and gentlemen, we are at number, what number are we at tonight? Is it 45 we're at tonight? I think it is, isn't it? Is it 45 we're at tonight, or is it 40? Yes, it must be 45, because last time we had this one. Saint Denio. What's Saint Denio? Do I know the tune Saint Denio? I don't know. Let's have a look and see if we can find it. Oh, here we go with your spontaneous request. I shouldn't have said that, should I? There's a saint. Do we have a Saint D? Not in this book. In this book. If anyone has the music to Saint Denio as a PDF, send it over immediately. And we can definitely get the alphabetical index of tunes. It's not going to be in this one. It is. I take it back. It is in this one. Number 374. Right. Sorry, I take it back. It's in the Scottish book. I didn't think it would be. That's not right, is it? To God be the glory, great things. Yes. Is that Saint Denio? I didn't know that. There we are. It's a very famous tune. It should be in the English book as well, shouldn't it? Probably under another name. Right, 45. No, we're on definitely at 40. 44 we've had. Yeah, we've definitely had 44. And here it is, number 45, ladies and gentlemen. Ein Dankgebet. A prayer of thanks. All right then, here we go. That's a nice serious one. I like that. I love the words as well. The third verse just keeps getting bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger and bigger, and ending with sort of praise to the Lord who reigns on high. Wonderful stuff. Oh, amazing. What a wonderful, beautiful hymn. Very, 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 very different to the usual kinds of hymns we get from the Brown Book of Magnificence, but that was amazing. Absolutely amazing. Thank you very much for that suggestion. Right, let's have some Immortals Visibles, or To God be the glory, great things he hath done. So loved he the world that he gave us his Son, who wielded his life an atonement for sin and opened the life gate that all may go in the key of A major. Sod that, I'm playing it in A flat. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Thank you, Joe. What a splendid, splendid, spontaneous request from Uncle Joe. It was a rather bizarre noise downstairs. That's okay? Was war das? Ah, okay. The dog making very strange noises downstairs. Okay, splendid. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a few minutes left, and I wanted to play a jazzy tune and dedicate it to Mr. Wunderlich, because he missed when I said thank you for his ticket. So I'm going to play this tune. Oh, we have another ticket on the way past. Who this? This was Gleiswanderer. Wow. Ah, perfect. I won't read out the personal message that Gleiswanderer added to the ticket there. Yeah, danke. Danke, danke. Sehr gerne, sehr, sehr gerne. He was commenting on the way I played the number 45 tonight. So there you are. So thank you. Thank you. I'm very, very glad. And what on earth happened here? That is not where I was at all. I was down at the beginning of this book. Ladies and gentlemen, I made a joke earlier about artificial intelligence. I shouldn't have done that, should I? Because this thing has taken on a mind of its own. What on earth happened there? There it is. I don't actually need the music for this. I don't even know why I bothered looking it up. Never mind. Irving Berlin, one of his earliest compositions, all the way back in 1911. Irving Berlin lived for hundreds of years. He was a very, very old man, which makes his compositions difficult to play, really early ones. Some of them are in the public domain because he didn't get them published properly. But some of them aren't in the public domain yet, mainly because he only died in like 1990 something or other at the age of God knows how old he was, 100 and something anyway. Very rare for musicians of that period to live so long, but Irving Berlin did. One of his most famous compositions was of course Alexander's Ragtime Band. The Alexanders Ragtime Band. Dee, 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 dee. Closing off this evening's concert. Ladies and gentlemen, that was another trip around the world of hymns from around the world. Oh, too many uses of the word world there in that sentence, but you know what I mean. I hope you enjoyed it. We had some fun stuff tonight. Lots of exciting things from all the places. Oh, look, James Michael Stevens is here. Hello, JMS. How are you doing? I haven't heard from you for the longest of times. Wonderful. Ah, JMS, wonderful. Thank you for sending me your music. JMS sent me some of his music, which I will be including in future streams. So yes, so thank you very much for that. I haven't forgotten about you. It will be coming. Wonderful that you're there. How are you doing? Hope you're well. Splendid, ladies and gentlemen. We're very international as always. Well, that was, ladies and gentlemen, that was Friday night. Not Friday night, Sunday night is or was organ music night with lots of hymns from all around the world, improvisations thereupon, and a couple of extras like "Take Me Back to Erin" and all that kind of things, or "Come Back to Erin," that was the one, sorry. Jerry, did you get that? I hope you got that on the way past. I hope you were singing along with your shamrock and your what's it called, your shillelagh under your arm and your green hat on and a pint of Guinness in one hand and balancing Murphy's on the other hat and Jameson's in your other hand, that kind of thing. Anyway, I'm talking nonsense as usual. It's been a long day, it's been a long weekend, so I do hope you're all going to have a wonderful week, ladies and gentlemen. We'll be back on Tuesday with another hymn from somewhere around the world. And we'll be back on Thursday with some piano music. Last Thursday we didn't have any piano music because we had storms here and the internet was down basically, so that didn't work. But this week we will have some pianos. I think this week we'll go back to the ratty-tatty piano downstairs. That should work. I haven't played it for months, so I have no idea what it's going to sound like, but we will find out. We will find out when we get back down there. Yeah, that's it. So thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you for your tickets on the way past. Thank you for, I think we have a couple of folks helping us out. Oh, well done, David Miller. Thank you for sending me that. I got... Oh, that's something else. Oh, hold on. Ah, all right. Our friend David Miller sent another tune. Well, let's include that next week, okay? David, thank you. I'll include that next week. Thank you to those who contributed something towards the... towards the wish list on Buy Me a Coffee. Thank you very much for that. So that was the Platz gang and Wolfgang. Thank you very much for that. Wolfgang also lives not too far from here. Wolfgang lives about an hour away from here. Well, that's nice to know. So there you are. Wonderful. So there's all these people living so close to here and all the wonderful things they do. Well, folks, we're going to finish off with a very different piece of music tonight. Something different. I'm going to leave it at that. To all of those people who are no longer with us.